So let's see how you're gonna extract timestamp for your post or your objects, like 2 hours or a few seconds ago in your application. So let's see what we have here. So I have a clean React Native project. So you could have React Native, doesn't really matter. So let's see how we're gonna get this going. So let's create a new folder, call it office. We're gonna write all our code. Let's create a new file, call it use timestamp. So in React or React Native, any file that starts with use is a hook. So let's structure this properly. Create a new folder, call it hooks, and move it there. And let's export the function. So we're gonna have all the logic of dealing with time in this one file. So the benefit of doing this is that, like let's say tomorrow we have to change from one library to another, let's say from moment to the JS, so we don't have so many places in our application to modify. That would be really nice. So we need a moment JS. From the terminal, let's install moment. So there are several libraries that deal with time, like moment JS or day.js. You can go up to Google and look it up. So we have moment. So we need to create a function. Let's create a function. Get time from now. So we're gonna take our time as an argument. This is a parameter time, and then we say moment, which is installed right here at the top. Moment for moment. So moment, to give it this time, we convert this time to moment time. So we access the from now method. From now method is an argument of without suffix, which is a boolean. This is like 2 minutes ago, so the suffix ago. So if you don't want it, then provide it to true. So for now, let's add a code it. I'm gonna get back to this later and return this from this function. So the return type of from now is a string. So timestamp updates itself, or the application updates the timestamp at a given interval, so it is temporary. We need to have a state hold that temporary timestamp for that period of time, let's say a minute. So let's store here from the state, which is installed from the top state. So we call it, let's give it a name, temporary timestamp. So let's give it a default value. So we're gonna say get time from now, and we need to, or let me show it clear. So we call this function and we need to provide the timestamp. So let's get here. So whenever we call this function, we're gonna provide a real timestamp, MongoDB timestamp, and then provide this timestamp here. So if you are not from React, let me tell you or explain it to you what's going on really here. So temporary timestamp will be holding the real value, for the real value that is returned from this function, and the set timestamp is a function, while this is a string. So this is a function that will be updating temporary timestamp for a given interval. So we need to update this for about, let's say, a minute. So we need a hook called use effect hook. So here we have. So let's use set interval function. Pass a function as the first argument. So in this function, if we are provided with the timestamp, then we're gonna set temporary timestamp by the value returned from this function and provide the timestamp. We're gonna call this after 1 minute. When we unmount from this component, let's clear the interval. So let's clear the interval by returning a function, and then that function will be clear interval. So here we go. So we need to provide this temporary timestamp to the component or the file that will be using this, we'll be calling this function. So from the bottom, let's return an object. The reason why I'm returning an object is because maybe tomorrow we're gonna have so many computations about modifying this data. Next time we have another function, maybe to find which posts are expired or which posts are from 7 days ago. We're gonna have those functions here, so we need to export or return an object. That would be very easy to handle all this. So let's return temporary timestamp. So right here we hard coded this one. Let's get it the value here. So without suffix. If it's not provided, let's provide it true. If it's not provided, so without suffix. So we are good to go. This is it. So just to show you how we use this file or this code that we just created, let's have an example here. So assume we have screens. Maybe screens we have feed screen. So assuming this is the feed screen where we have posts, some posts or whatever it is. So let's see how we're gonna use our use timestamp. So from the top, let's import use timestamp from hooks use timestamp. It's a function, let's call it. So we need to provide a timestamp. A timestamp is just a number, so let's just provide a fake one because the timestamp could be something like this. Then without suffix is a boolean, so let's provide false because the default value is true. So let's just say we don't want the suffix, so let's provide false. And then we get an object. This is the result. This result is what we return from this function. Let me show you this one. So that is the result, which is an object. So we can destructure it. If you press Control and space, you're gonna see the return value temporary timestamp. So this is the temporary timestamp. So if you had a post where we need to put the timestamp, you're gonna use this temporary timestamp, and then after 1 minute, it will be updated. So just in React Native, you can export it from text. Let's import it from the top. Let's say text, and then we show the temporary timestamp. So basically, this is it. So if you learned a thing or two, be sure to like,